morning, my little coffee beans, and welcome to Madeline's Life Management. Today, I'm going to be telling you the ways that I make every day a good one. My first and probably best piece of advice is to start your day with gratitude. So I make it a routine to, when I do my quiet time, when I'm praying, start by just thanking God for 3 things. It can be really easy. It changes every day, but this morning I was so thankful for my job and that I get to work with incredible families and amazing kiddos. And I was also thankful for Turtles, which is this really yummy little chocolate candy. So Blake's right up there with really yummy chocolate candy and my job. I watched this TED Talk years and years ago in college and it just stayed with me. But the TED Talk was called 3 Ways Money Can Make You Happy. And they were giving no matter what the amount. So they had people give $5 and $50 to people at Starbucks or in lines, and it doesn't matter the amount. So just giving, it just makes you feel instantly good. And there are 2 more ways. One way is outsourcing help, which I think is awesome. Like maybe you pay someone once every 2 weeks to help you come in and like deep clean your house, do the dusting, the vacuuming, stuff like that. Maybe you go out and you get food and you pay for someone to make you food. And then the last one is investing in experiences. So like for our honeymoon, Blake and I went to Jamaica. Oh, he's right over there. So I keep pointing to you and looking at you. Oh yeah, investing in experiences. So Blake and I went to Jamaica for our honeymoon and we did this all-inclusive resort and it was so much fun and so amazing and we had so many wonderful memories. And so we definitely want to go and do that again. And we're willing to save and live a little differently now to be able to do that later because we know that that's something we want to invest in. And Blake and I had a talk a few days ago and I was saying that I'd rather have a vacation than like a really nice piece of jewelry or something. So start your day off right. Have something when you wake up that you're looking forward to. For me, every single morning, it's my cup of coffee. That first sip, you'll see in my morning routine, I'm just like, and then I have my first sip and I'm like, this is the best part of my morning. I just love coffee, but even planning like a really wonderful breakfast. Whenever we go to the farm, my mom makes amazing breakfasts. She'll make and Blake and I he's over there. Blake and I intermittent fast. And so we don't do big breakfasts in the morning, but when we go to the farm, we obviously don't intermittent fast. And mom makes Kanakuk Camp coffee cake, which is the most delicious coffee cake. She makes eggs and bacon and grits. I'm thinking about it. I didn't really realize when I was young, but now that I'm older, I don't think my mom sleeps. Like I go to bed before her and then whenever I wake up, she's up and she's like cleaning and has 10 things made. Get something to look forward to. I also always have during my quiet time, this is not just like Bible reading and praying and stuff. It's also the time that I am just quiet and I read other books and sip my coffee and just enjoy the morning. And I always have a book that I'm really looking forward to reading. And I think that also helps me get up and get excited about the day. And if I were to sleep in, I wouldn't be able to read that book and then I'm a little bit sad. So some other things in my own routine that I look forward to is a really luxurious skincare routine. I like to take my time. Sometimes if I have a lot of time, I'll use my NuFace device. I also really enjoy watching my favorite YouTube channels. Beauty Within is one of my favorite all-time channels and it's a skincare channel and they're just so informative and wonderful. But I'll watch a YouTube channel while I do my own skincare, and then I'll watch a YouTube channel while I stretch, which kind of allows me to maybe spend a little more time stretching than I would anyway. And it's also something that I look forward to. People rate the most stressful time of their day as transitions. That's the time of the day that they don't enjoy, that they're stressed out about, and even big transitions in life. Those are the most stressful times in people's life. But let's talk about the transitions in our everyday, our commutes. Those transitions are stressful. And so ways to make them less stressful is bring something that you really enjoy into those transitions. So one thing for me is the car. My transition from home to work, from work to home, that commute. And what I've done recently is I have candy always in the console of my car. And so sometimes if it's kind of been a rough day or I just grab a piece of candy and it makes such a difference, just a little chocolate. And I know my dad, we were we went to my sister's boyfriend's baptism, and my dad drove my car, and it was so fun because I saw him get a little piece of chocolate out of there. And I remember every single time, every Sunday when I was growing up after church, we would all be in the car except mom because she's so social. And so we'd be talking, hanging out, and then we'd all kind of sneak away to the car, and we'd all be there except mom, waiting for her to come so we could go home and have Sunday pancakes, which my dad makes. My dad would always get hungry, and he'd always be like looking, he'd open the console and he'd look in the console, and he'd open that middle thing, which I think I also called the console. He'd like look in there, and he'd be like, hey, does anyone have food? And later down the road, my mom would put little bags of nuts in the console. But just a fun memory. So anyway, having a little piece of chocolate, listen to a book on tape, listen to your favorite podcast, jam out to music, sing. And then another wonderful thing to do just to make your day better is to create purpose. So in the morning during quiet time, it's normally I take a verse that I'm reading and I'm like, I want to memorize that verse today, or I want to really try to live out that verse today, or how can I make this applicable to my life, which is really easy. It's all applicable. But anyway, so I want to create purpose. So if I'm going into work, I'm like, how am I going to live this out today? And then I have that purpose in my mind, and it makes everything I do more intentional. And another wonderful thing to do is create a to-do list. And I have a to-do list that I've made the day before. I don't make a to-do list in the morning because I'm too foggy. So I make it the night before or the day before. And being able to check things off feels so good, and it makes you feel accomplished and purposeful. And so just having that purpose is so driving, and it just feels so good, and it makes your day feel better. Another thing that's so super important for me, especially as an introvert and a homebody, is having a clean, stress-free environment. So recently, I went through our entire house and I deep cleaned. Like I dusted light bulbs and I dusted all the plant leaves, and I did like really intense vacuuming. Like I didn't just vacuum, I like moved the furniture, and it just feels so good, and you have that base. And I went through everything and I got rid of excess and clutter and stuff like that, and things that I wasn't going to use, or pieces of clothing that I didn't really like how they fit my body, stuff like that. And it makes such a difference when you have that stress-free, clutter-free environment. And how I make sure and maintain that is I do a quick clean before I go to bed or in the evening, and I do a clean in the morning. So part of my morning routine is cleaning, is looking around and doing that pickup, putting things away, putting things where they go, putting things back, and also just being a good steward of your things. Like if you make a meal, I'm planning on making banana bread later today with Blake. He's right over there. It's his favorite food. And so I'm planning on making banana bread later with Blake, and right after we're done making it, while it's in the oven, I'm going to be cleaning up those dishes. I'm going to be wiping down those surfaces. I'm going to be checking the floor to make sure I don't need to sweep again, just in case something fell. And then another way to create a stress-free environment is having the amount of lighting you desire. So I like really bright lights. So when I get home, I turn on all the lights. Blake will literally... My really good friend, who's my next door neighbor, we laugh because our husbands will literally have like one lamp on, and they'll be studying or hanging out or doing whatever. And we come home and we're like, how are you not depressed? And we're just like turning on all the lights and looking at ways to create more lighting in our house. Like we have these lights up that my little sister Lillian gave us, and we have a lamp, and I'm just always trying to create more light and for it to be a happier, brighter environment. And Blake's like over there in the dark. And so another thing you can do is add a candle, add a scent that you really love. And that just always, it makes me feel so good. I know in the winter, I'm vigilant about right when I get up, I light a candle. And in the summer and springtime, and in the fall, I also do that. But in the summer and springtime, I don't do that as much. So right now I'm kind of like, but I do have a flower scent going right now. But I really like the wintry scents. And so I'll light a candle right when I get up, right when I get back from work. And that's just another way to make your environment a little bit more exciting and happy and also peaceful. So the last thing I want to talk about is having a wonderful ending to your day. So ending on a grateful note, ending with prayer, getting your outfit ready for the next day, setting up your coffee. I always set everything up for the next day the night before so that I have a peaceful easy morning routine and my day starts off right. So I set out my outfit. I set out my coffee. So all I have to do is pour the coffee in. I set out the coffee mug that I'm going to use. I pack my bag. I literally have everything ready. I even set out my books that I'm going to read the next morning during quiet time. And then lastly, do that quick clean, survey, throw away that little piece of trash that you tried to throw in the trash and then it bumped off. You know, get those little things that will catch your eye. And when you do that, it just makes such a happier, easier, better environment. And that's just my recipe for a wonderful day. So starting out well, ending well, having some, ooh, my foot just fell asleep. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.